Jory, welcome.
Hi, everyone. I'm super excited to be here and tell you guys all about DermaFlash and what it's going to do to your skin, how it's going to benefit you. So I'm just going to share the gospel and hopefully you guys will drink it on up. So
before you get started with your presentation, I thought that it would just be super awesome to kick it off with one of our giveaways. If you want to pick a number between 1 and 100, we can give away our first DermaFlash Plus is what we're giving away, I believe, tonight.
Yes, our Luxe Plus. Okay, I choose 64.
Okay, so everyone, Ashley, our behind the scenes moderator, will figure out who number 64 is, and she'll drop your name in the chat and we'll get in touch with you if you won. So
good luck, everybody.
All right, you can take it away now, Dory.
All right, great. So I'm going to share my screen so I can give a little information as I'm talking. And then again, if you guys have questions throughout, please type them into the chat so we can address them at the end and make sure all of your questions are answered. Just bear with me for 1 second. All right, so can you guys all see my screen? Assuming yes.
Oh.
Okay, great. So I'm going to start by giving a little intro to our brand. As it was said earlier, my mom is the founder of this company. She used to own a med spa in Chicago that specialized in dermaplaning treatments. And this was really before dermaplaning was very popular. It wasn't very well known, but they sold thousands of treatments in the spa and they realized how beneficial it really was. So she actually named their dermaplaning facial in spa the DermaFlash facial kind of before she knew what was really going to happen with that name. But she realized there was really no at-home solution for this service, and it's expensive. It has to be done by a trained esthetician in spa. And she really wanted to make this more accessible for people, cheaper for people, and safer. So she developed DermaFlash, and we've kind of taken off since then. We have different products that are really incredible that use sonic and ultrasonic technology. But I'm going to really focus on how DermaFlash came to be and tell you guys a little bit more about what dermaplaning actually is. So dermaplaning is done in spa. It is a treatment that scrapes away the top layer of dull, dead skin and peach fuzz from the face that allows your products to penetrate deeper. It really just gives you a beautiful glow right away. However, it is done with a surgical scalpel, so it's super sharp. It needs to be done by a trained esthetician, and you can't do it to yourself. So what we have done is changed dermaplaning to something that's safer, more user-friendly, and something that you can do in the comfort of your own home. And that's what DermaFlash is. We've had a couple of iterations of our device. We were founded 6 years ago. So this is actually our third iteration of our device, and it's the best. Amazing. We'll give you the most incredible results. We've always been listening to what people have wanted to change about the device and how to make it better. And we just launched our last Luxe Plus version of our device a couple of weeks ago, and it really is incredible what it does to your skin. Not only does DermaFlash have a dermaplaning at-home device, we also have another device called DermaPore that is a 2-in-1 device that extracts impurities and excess oils, blackheads, whiteheads, and then it also infuses your serums, moisturizers, face masks, all of the above. And they're both incredible. They use sonic and ultrasonic technology really to pump up your results. But today we're really going to be focusing on our Luxe Plus since it is our most exciting new launch. And I'm going to basically tell you guys my tips and tricks, how I flash, how you can get the very best results, and hopefully answer every question that may come up. But before we get into the training and details about our device, I'm going to ask you guys a poll question. It should be popping up on your screen any minute. So we're asking, what are the benefits of dermaplaning? It increases absorption of topical products, reduces the appearance of fine line and wrinkles, instantly improves skin texture, or all of the above. So if you want to take a minute and answer that, that would be great. Now, hopefully you guys have all had the chance to answer. Should I go over the answers, or are we going to keep it secret?
You can go over them. It actually looked like everybody chose all of the above in this.
Incredible. That's great. So yes, it is all of the above. It's going to increase your product absorption. It will give you more out of your products. It makes your skin look gorgeous. It really just helps with everything. So correct, it is all of the above. So now I'm going to get into our Luxe Plus. Oh, first we can go into like a little bit of the difference with our edge. So as I was saying before, dermaplaning in spa is done with a scalpel, which, you know, is very sharp. It can slice you really easily. You have to be trained on how to use it. But our device has been developed so it actually is replacing a lot of surgical scalpels in spa. So it's really giving you the exact same spa quality results in a safer way. We have a little cage on our edge, which I'll go into a little bit more detail after this slide to explain really how our device is going to offer you superior exfoliation and, you know, safety when you're doing this in the comfort of your own home. So our new device has a newly formulated pre-flash, which has witch hazel, willow bark, niacinamide, salicylic acid, papaya enzymes. And this is basically to dry your skin out. So this is not a normal cleanser. It's really a skin prep. So we always want to prep our skin with our pre-flash before we flash our skin. And this really is just to ensure that your skin is completely dry. We want to use DermaFlash on a bone dry surface, and this will really enhance your results. It will get you a better exfoliation. It will make sure that all of your peach fuzz is going away with this treatment. And that's completely redesigned new with our Luxe Plus. So it's really great, makes a huge difference with your treatment. Another huge difference that we have is our microfine edge. So we've redesigned our edge to have our safety cage be even smaller, which allows you to get an even closer result with the edge. So we didn't even think it was possible to improve our edge because our results were already so great, but this is even better. But our cage also prevents nicks, cuts, and it really gives people who are familiar with using tools like this and unfamiliar with tools a little bit of comfort knowing that it's very difficult to injure yourself using this device. Most importantly, with our new device, our speed with sonic vibration has gone up by 50%, which really helps with increased cell turnover, bring blood flow to the skin. It will just make this treatment so much more elegant. So the increased speed is really huge here. And we currently have the highest vibration on the market with this sort of device. And overall, with all of our packaging, our edges, we've gone green. So we have recycled materials using PCR recycled materials for both the trays and our boxes. It's our beautiful new packaging. Here you can really see the results and our clinicals, which I'll get into later. But now what I'm going to do is stop sharing my screen and actually give you guys a little demo. So as I was saying before, we always want to start cleansing with our pre-flash skin prep. It will ensure that your results are incredible. A little pro tip, what I like to do is I like to wash my face with our cleanser and sit for 5 to 10 minutes. And this really allows your skin to feel super tight. I almost like my skin to feel uncomfortably tight and dry before I start flashing. And that will really just allow my skin to get the very best results. So you've got a bigger exfoliation. It will ensure that all of your peach fuzz is coming off as well. So always start by cleansing your skin with our prep cleanser. It makes the hugest difference. It's really not, you know, a gift with purchase. It really makes a huge difference and will enhance your results. So always start by cleansing your skin with our pre-flash cleanser. And then you will also have your tray of edges, and you'll have a pack of 4. Each edge is a one-time use, and that's really just for safety and hygiene. We never want you to reintroduce any bacteria to the skin, and ensuring that you're using a new edge each time will make sure that you're really getting the best results. You're not going to have any dull blades, and there won't be any gunk, which really is very prevalent left on the edge. So after you use this device, you will not want to reuse an edge because you'll see really what's caked onto that edge. So every time, make sure you're using a new edge. Super easy to insert. It's usually a little easier when you're doing it yourself if it's on a flat surface, but I'm gonna show you guys here. You just slide it in, you'll hear a little click, and then you just pull it straight out. So those little teeth that I was talking about before, and I'm not sure if you guys can see so well, but that's our safety cage. I can rub my finger up and down on the edge. I'm not going to cut myself. If I were to do that with a scalpel, which is what dermaplaning is done with, I would slice my finger open. And a lot of other products that are currently on the market don't have that safety cage. So it really just is more of an exposed blade, which makes it a little bit more dangerous to use. Not dangerous, but it's not as user-friendly, kind of safe to do. So that's our new beautiful crafted edge, and it will really just give you beautiful results. We have 2 speeds on our device. It's our little power button back here. You press the power button once, that's our first speed, twice for our second speed. Second speed just a little bit more invigorating. Our first speed is 50% higher than our previous device. So it's up to personal preference what you want to use. I love both speeds. I typically use the second speed, but you're going to get beautiful results with both. So now I'm going to get into the demo. I'm going to go over a little bit of technique, how to get the very best results, kind of like the main points on how to get the very best results. So there's 3 main points to get the best results, all of that skin, hair, everything. Number 1, you always want to hold your skin tight with your free hand. So you never want your skin to buckle like that under the device. I'm always going to be pulling it tight like this. The tighter you have your skin, you're going to be able to get more exfoliation. You're really going to be able to get that peach fuzz off as well. So always hold your skin super tight. The second thing is you want to do short feathery strokes moving down the face like this. So I like to compare this to sweeping a pile of dust into a dustpan. Those short strokes are what you want to do to really build up all of that dead skin and debris. If you do long strokes, you'll definitely get some stuff off of your face for sure, but it won't be nearly as much if you're doing those short strokes like that. So you really want to build up that dead skin and that peach fuzz to get the very best results. And then the third thing is that you want to hold it at a 45-degree angle. So whatever direction you're going to be moving in, which is another very unique part of our device, is you can move this in any direction, up, down, side to side, whatever feels comfortable for you. You always want to be leading with the edge. So if I'm going in towards the middle of my face, I want to be following the edge. If I'm going out, again, the edge is going to be leading the way. That will make sure that you're really getting the best angle on the device and everything will be coming off of the face. If you're holding it at a 90-degree angle, again, you will see results, but it won't be as good as they can be. So I always start by my orbital bone, my cheekbone. I'll pull my skin tight and I'll start doing short feathery strokes in towards the middle of my face. And then I'm going to follow the device with my free hand. So as I get further into the middle of my face, I'm going to go and pull my skin tight. So we never want there to be any slack, always pulling the skin tight. As I said earlier, it's really great to use this in every direction on the face. This was kind of designed after the hummingbird, so it can move in any direction. For me, I know that a lot of people have, a lot of peach fuzz around their jaw and their ear. I like to pull down near my jaw and actually go up towards my hairline. That way I can really have visibility and get very close to my ear and really see what I'm doing. If I start like this, I might not be able to get all the way to the end of the face and have a clear vision of what I'm getting off. So I always like to pull down and then do short strokes up towards my hairline. A lot of people will have, it takes a little bit of time to get used to moving this device around the face in a comfortable way. I mean, it's very easy, but some people want to play around. If you have a very bony jawline, sometimes it's easier to bring your skin that might be sitting right on the jawline above and flash over that. You kind of need to pull your skin around if you want to target all of these places. So I always start near my cheek and around my area here, and I'll go short feathery strokes, pulling my skin tight. I'm ad-libbing right now, but I'm going to show you guys an actual how-to video right after this so you can see results. But I like to go in from the top for my mustache area. And again, I'll pull my skin tight. Some people like to go like this. It's also like up to personal preference. But for me, I feel pulling your skin tight like this is really beneficial and it's helpful to really target those areas. So that's how I'll do the side of my face. There's a couple areas to avoid as you're getting into the middle of the face. You don't want to use this on your actual lips, but it's great for doing the mustache area and around the cusp of the lip, but we wouldn't want to use this directly on the lips just because it's a different type of skin. We're not going to use this to exfoliate that lip skin. But I know if you're wearing a pigmented lipstick, sometimes you might notice that the color might get caught on, you know, a little hair here and there. So you can go right up to the cusp of that lip, but we don't want to use this to fully exfoliate the lips. But I'll go right up to the cusp of the lip, around the bottom as well. And it's really great for getting those little hairs. Another area that you want to avoid is your nose, just because this edge size is not really meant to maneuver around the nose like that. But I'll go right up to the end, but we're not going to use this to maneuver on the nose just because it's a bony surface and really not meant for that area. And then the last place to avoid is the inside of the eye. So I'll go right up to the top of my orbital bone, which is an area that you definitely do not want to neglect. This is a high point of your face, so you'll see immediate results there. You might not realize how much dead skin and peach fuzz is actually sitting in that area, but when you remove it, the light will immediately bounce off that area of the face, and you'll see a really amazing glow. So definitely don't neglect that area, but just we don't want to get too close to the under eyes. And then of course, we don't want to use this on our eyelids or underneath the eyebrows, but it's great for shaping your brows. I haven't gotten my eyebrows waxed in like 5 years. I just use this to shape the tops in the middle, and it really is a game changer. It really crisps up the line between your hairline and your eyebrow. I will say when I'm shaping my brows, I like to do this in front of a magnifying mirror so I can really target those areas. There is a blade in our edge, so we want to be careful around our eyebrows, because if we get too close, it can take your eyebrow off. So just be careful around those areas, but it is really great for shaping your brows. One more thing to avoid is anything that's raised on the skin. So any active acne, any moles that might be raised, we want to avoid those areas just because we don't want to anger anything that might be a little angry already. So if you have a pimple, we wouldn't want to go over that because there's a blade in our edge. What DermaFlash is really doing, while it's, you know, superior exfoliation and then also with the added benefit of peach fuzz removal, it's really removing the barrier to penetration on your skin. So it's allowing your products to work so much better. We always say that it really doesn't take away from anything that you might be using already, but it enhances everything. So we always say that first you flash, because it will really just enhance everything that you're already using. And it makes such a difference with all of your skincare. So removing that barrier to penetration allows your products to penetrate so much deeper into the skin. And you'll notice that you're really going to get so much more out of these products after you flash. So definitely adding this into your skincare regimen will change your skin and will really enhance everything that you're already doing. So I'm going to show you a quick how-to video, and then I'm going to go back into what to do when you're done flashing. All right. So this is actually me, and you'll see my results here. I'm going to pause it for a second to let it load because I want you guys to be able to see it clear. Was it skipping on your end?
Just a smidge.
Okay, I'm just going to give it 1 second to load. And then you guys will see these results. It's really crazy to, like, it's immediate visible results. Removing that peach fuzz and dead skin is pretty insane to see. All right, let's try this again.
If we want to give it a minute to load, Jory, we can actually do another giveaway.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, great. So Do you remember what number you picked before? Don't pick that same number,
I
but
picked 64 before.
okay, great. So a number between 1 and 100 that's not 64.
Okay. Okay, I choose 19.
Ooh, okay. Number 19. Ashley is going to find that name.
Good luck, everybody. I hope that that's your number. Okay, let's see if this loaded.
Okay.
Looks like it's like halfway there. So hopefully this will play now. This video player doesn't like me today. This is a good freeze frame to look at though. So if you see that peach fuzz is really coming off the skin, doing those short feathery strokes is really helping to build up that debris and get everything off the skin. So that really just reiterates how much you want to hold that skin tight and do those short feathery strokes to get the very best results. All right, I'm just going to stop that because we got the point. But so we want to, again, do those short feathery strokes to get the very best results. And as you could see in that video, there's super easy disposal. So when you're done flashing, you've done your entire face. Little note, you can even use this down onto your neck, even down into your chest, but we don't want to use this anywhere that you grow terminal hair. So what we have on our face as women is called vellus hair or peach fuzz. And what we have on the rest of our bodies, or what men grow as a beard, is called terminal hair. So this device is really made for vellus hair. It's an exfoliation device with the added benefit of peach fuzz removal. So we don't want to use this anywhere that has terminal hair. So the neck and the chest is totally okay. But then when you are done flashing, you've done your whole face, you're all good. This little knob right here is our eject button, and it has some power behind it. So make sure that you're really aiming at the trash. But when you're done, you can just aim it at the garbage can, press the button, and it will go shooting into the garbage. And that way you don't have to mess with your edge. You don't have to handle it. And you will see after you flash that there really is going to be a lot of gunk, dead skin, built up debris on that edge. So you won't want to reuse an edge. My mom always says, reusing an edge would be like eating Sunday dinner on last Sunday's plate. So we always want to make sure that we're using a clean edge for hygiene and just to really get the very best results. So before we go into after DermaFlash, I'm going to ask one more poll that should be coming on your screen again. You want to know what? I don't even think I hit on that yet, but I would like to know what you guys think. So what do you guys think? Do you think when you dermaplane, your hair will grow back thicker and darker, or do you think it will grow back exactly the same as before? All right, I'm really excited to see these answers. This is the #1 thing that we get asked multiple times a day. So DermaFlash will not change the way that your hair grows back. Your hair will grow back exactly the same, no thicker, no darker. The only thing that can change the follicle of your hair from vellus hair to terminal hair is a change in your hormones, and that's nothing that we're doing with DermaFlash. So vellus hair and terminal hair are two completely different things. Using DermaFlash will not change your follicle, it will not change your hair, it will not make it grow thicker, darker any more than before. So your hair will grow back exactly the same as before, no thicker or darker. We always say that, you know, you can flash once, never flash again, and you'll look exactly the same as before with your peach fuzz. You're not going to grow a beard. That's an old wives' tale. So your peach fuzz will grow back exactly the same. Now, when you're done flashing, There's no downtime whatsoever. You can go right into your skincare, your makeup. This is really great before a big event. A lot of celebrity makeup artists will use this on their clients before the red carpet, just because it really is going to give you such a beautiful texture, and it creates a beautiful canvas for both skincare and makeup. So I like to do this, on a weekend night where I can just put on a face mask and do whatever with my skincare, or before a big event. If I'm going to a wedding or if I have some party, I love to flash right before I put on my makeup, because it will give your skin such a beautiful glow and your makeup will lay flawlessly on your face. So afterward, no downtime whatsoever. You can put on a sheet mask, your favorite serum, moisturizer. There's really nothing you need to avoid other than a retinol for 24 hours. You can use any other product after that, but we just recommend avoiding a retinol for 24 hours after you've flashed. I personally love to go in with a cold sheet mask. You'll feel your skin like soaking up those ingredients. It makes such a huge difference. Your skin will like truly just absorb everything so much, since we're removing that barrier to penetration. So a lot of people like to try kind of new products that they've been wanting to try. I personally love to use the products that I know and love already, since I know that they're just going to be enhanced and you're going to get so much out of those products after you've flashed. So the last thing that I'm going to go over is how often we should use this, and the prevalence of DermaFlash in your skincare routine. So as a brand, we like to use DermaFlash once a week, and this is just for safety and hygiene, really, to make sure that you're not like over exfoliating your skin. This is the most intense form of manual exfoliation without leaving you any like raw or red. Your skin is going to be totally fresh and ready to go. So no more than once a week. But once you have this at home, some people like to do it once every 2 weeks. Some people will use it once a month, but to really keep that peach fuzz and dead skin at bay and to really give you that beautiful glow week after week, we recommend flashing once a week. Obviously, the first time you flash, your results are going to be insane. You might look like you have a little fuzzy sweater on after you flash. You're doing it week after week, you won't see as many of those crazy fuzz balls coming off, since you're going to be doing it so often, but the results really just will speak for themselves. So I'm going to share a few more really cool things. I'm going to show you some B&As, our before and afters, and then some of our clinicals, which are really impressive. We ran a few clinical tests to really prove the results of this device, and I would love to share those with you guys. So I'm going to go over those now. All right, so we are super excited about our clinicals for our Luxe Plus. We have an instant results section after 4 weeks, and then actual clinical results, which were instrumental analysis on the skin with machines to really see the difference that DermaFlash has made on the skin. So instantly, 97% of users saw brighter, more radiant skin. 97% of people saw that it gave their skin a healthy glow. 100% of people said their skin texture improved, felt softer, and looked smoother. Their skincare absorbed faster afterward. 100% said it provided a deep exfoliation and effectively removed peach fuzz, and 97% said that it felt gentle. So a lot of people kind of sometimes are scared that since we're bringing a blade to our face, that it might be scary or might hurt. It doesn't hurt at all. It feels gentle. It kind of feels like good, actually. So 97% of people agreed and said the Luxe felt gentle. And then after 4 weeks is super exciting. 100% of people said that their skin looked younger. 100% of people said their skin felt tightened and sculpted. 100% of people said their skin looked healthier and refreshed. And 100% of people said their skin looked more even, which is incredible. That's with continued use week after week for 4 weeks. And you'll also see some of our before and afters, the way that it removes dark spots and pigment, which was tested clinically, which is also super exciting. So clinical results are, instrumental analysis on the skin. 94% of people said that showed improvement in hyperpigmentation and dark spots after 4 weeks. 97% of people said they had less visible fine lines and wrinkles after 4 weeks. And 74% of people said that it showed reduction in their dead skin cells and flakes after 6 weeks, which is just huge. Your skin is just going to constantly get better and better with continued use with DermaFlash. We're super excited about these results. So I'm going to show you some before and afters, which are really great. If you look at the photo on the left, you can see that she kind of has this halo of peach fuzz. And on the right, it literally looks like she's had a facelift. Her skin is radiant. Her cheekbone is raised. She is glowing. And this is legitimately right after one another. So you can really tell the way that it sculpts your face. It lifts your cheekbones. It really just gives you definition on your face. And it really makes such a difference. That little halo of peach fuzz, having that gone, is a game changer with the way that your face will look. Here is a subject that we were using for 4 weeks. You can see that her dark spots are faded. Her skin is looking beautiful and glowy. And this is, again, just with continued use for 4 weeks. Here's another one of our dark spots before and after. This was after 6 weeks of use, and she was seeing significant improvement with her dark spots on her face using DermaFlash for 6 weeks, once a week. So we really love to look at these types of results and see how people are reacting. Their skin is improving after continued use. So now I would love to open up for questions and answer whatever you guys may have.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Those before and afters are incredible.
I know, they're insane. That first one's my favorite. She literally looks like she had a facelift.
That's one of my favorite things about this product, actually, is just that instant contour effect that you get directly after a treatment.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Okay, so we're going to do a few questions, and then we do have one more giveaway. I know everybody's very excited for it, but we're going to do some questions first because I like to keep everyone in suspense. Okay. So while it's top of mind, there was the before and after that showed improvement in dark spots. Somebody asked how it helps, like how that works to help diminish dark spots.
So what DermaFlash is doing, and what it is as a device as a whole, is first and foremost an exfoliation device. So having this device, removing that top layer of dead skin and built up debris, as well as peach fuzz, will really help to brighten the skin overall. A lot of the times you might see you'll do a couple of strokes on one side of the face, and that one area that's been flashed is already so much brighter. So having built up dead skin in those spots, and just having the skin be dull and not being removed, though it's sitting on top of the surface, will leave those dark spots more visible. But if we're removing that dead skin week after week, it's just going to enhance your overall radiancy and will brighten your skin overall.
Perfect. We have a couple of people who are asking specifically if you have any tips for flashing around the jawline and chin area, particularly along the bottom side. Sure.
So I a little bit touched on this earlier, but if you have a bonier jaw, sometimes you might have a little bit of like a learner's curve to get used to flashing around those areas. So if you have a bony jaw, and if I'm flashing someone that has this, I'll do the same thing. I like to lift the skin above the jawline, so it's actually on the face instead of, hugging the jaw. And that's how I'll flash those areas, or just pull down. So just not using this right on the edge of the jaw, but lifting the skin away from that area and flashing in that area. If you're flashing underneath your neck like this, under your chin here, I have gone down, down my neck like this, or I'll go up. But not straining your neck and pulling around in different ways will allow you to kind of target. So I like to pull down and then maybe go up while I'm leaning up, or just short strokes like that. But doing those short strokes and holding the skin tight, like you're doing on the rest of your face, will help to get better results on your neck as well, and your chin around the jawline.
Awesome. Could you do just a brief demonstration about how you would do like lower down onto the neck and into the décolleté? We had a couple questions about
Sure.
that.
So I would probably do my jaw, like my jaw and my face kind of in one swipe. And then I go down like near the sides of my neck. I like to go down again, pulling the skin tight, doing short feathery strokes. I don't really use this on my chest, but some people do. But again, it's the same thing. You're wanting to recreate that exact same thing that you're doing on your face, holding your skin tight and then doing those short strokes. But on my neck, I like to go down. Sometimes I'll go in. That's the beauty of DermaFlash, since we're able to move it in any direction. Whatever feels more comfortable for you, do that. So if it feels more comfortable for you to go down, go down. If it feels more comfortable for you to go to the side, go to the side. It will work beautifully in any direction.
Is there a specific angle that the blade should be when touching the face?
Yeah, so we always want the device at a 45-degree angle, not straight up and down, but you're always going to want to see that edge. So depending on the direction that you're going, you always want to be leading with the edge, and that way you'll make sure that the device is at a 45-degree angle. If it's like this, you can't see the edge, so that's incorrect. So we want to be, whatever direction we're going in, we want to be leading with the edge.
We have a couple of people with sensitive skin and rosacea asking if it's safe for them to use and how often they should use it.
Sure. So DermaFlash was actually created for sensitive skin. So it is totally safe to use if you have sensitive skin. It's also totally safe to use if you have rosacea. If you feel concerned, if you have rosacea and you feel a little bit nervous before using it, always recommend, checking in with your doctor for their recommendation, but it is totally safe to use with rosacea. We have a lot of people that do use it who have it. So this should not irritate your skin anymore. Again, it's not removing anything that's living. It's really just removing that top layer of dull, dead skin. So you shouldn't have any rawness, redness, any sort of reaction to DermaFlash.
A lot of people asking for application tips this evening. We're so glad you're here. What do you suggest? I think they're wanting to know like application tips for the small area next to the eye and then also below the hairline.
Application, what do you mean by application?
Oh, like how you would maneuver the device. I'm sorry.
Oh, sure. So I will start, around the eye area. Like I was saying before, we don't want to get too close to the under eye. What I'll do is I'll stop, right where my bone ends. So that does go kind of high, but it's not too close to the eye. I like to go in from the side. So I'll start up here and do short strokes. Again, always pulling that skin tight, short feathery strokes moving in towards the face around the eye. You don't want to get too close to the eye. So hopefully you're not in any small areas too close to the eye. We want to stop around this area. But like down by the side of the eyebrow, I'll do the same. I'll go in from the outside. I'll do short feathery strokes moving into that area. And then I'll stop where I notice that my skin is becoming thinner, that under eye skin. What was the other area that you asked about?
They said around the hairline.
Sure. So a little note that I like to do with any sort of hair, so including my eyebrows, I like to go towards those areas. So when I'm shaping my brows, I'll go down towards my brows so I have visibility. And then the same thing goes around the hairline. So around my ear, I like to go up towards my hairline. And then around the forehead, I'll also go up towards my hairline. So I'll start by going down towards my eyebrow, and then I'll oftentimes go up towards my hairline in these areas. So I have a little bit more visibility.
That's a really great takeaway, and actually a tip that I'm going to use because I think I was always like,
and then I mean, you can do that, but you might not have, like there might be a few little areas that you won't see if you start like this. So I always like to go towards the hairline to just have a little bit more visibility.
Exactly. Can you use DermaFlash over acne scarring?
Acne scarring, yes. We will not recommend using this over any active acne, just because, again, there is a blade in our edge. We don't want to anger anything that already might be a little angry on the face. And we really also don't want to have a risk of cutting yourself. Even though DermaFlash is super safe to use and our edge is super safe, it's very hard to cut yourself. If you have an active acne, you obviously all know it's more sensitive they're angrier, so they could bleed if you go over with an edge. So we just recommend avoiding anything that's raised on the skin, but with acne scarring, for sure.
Let's see, a couple of questions about the device itself. We have a couple of people who maybe aren't quite ready to update to the Luxe Plus yet, but have the Luxe, and wondering if the new updated blades work with the current Luxe device.
Yes, they do. So our new edges will fit into the old device. The charging ports are different, but the edges will work in the Luxe device. Yes.
And how often should you charge your device?
Your device will last for quite a while. I typically only charge it when I notice that it's dying. You'll see when it's on. It's very sunny in here, so I'm not sure if you can see, but there's lights there. Mine has 3 right now. I think that there's 5. So it will show you your battery level. I think it takes about 2 hours max to get a full charge on your device. So you really don't have to charge it very much. It does hold the charge for quite a while. So I'll probably get like 3 or 4 uses out of this before I need to charge it.
Awesome. And then can you tell us about how much of the pre-flash you should apply to the skin, and maybe explain again the importance of that step?
Sure. You don't need much. I would say probably a dime size amount, and you can really suds it in your hand and it will go a long way. So you shouldn't need too much of that. But again, the importance of pre-flash is really just prepping your skin for the treatment. A lot of other cleansers have humectants and things that are going to nurture your skin and really give you moisture, but that's the opposite of what we want. So we want your skin to be bone dry for this. So we really want you to prep your skin with the pre-flash to ensure that all excess oils and moisture is really removed from the skin. We say that it's defatting the skin, which is really just going to dry you out. And again, will give you perfect results. So the drier your skin is for this treatment, the better. And pre-flash will get you super dry. And then again, since we're removing the barrier to penetration, once we've flashed, your skin will drink up all of that moisture beauty coming from all of your other products. So we'll reintroduce that moisture back to your skin after we've flashed.
Okay, perfect. And then let's see here. Do you still recommend just once a week or a once a week flashing if you're using Retin-A, or should you use it less frequently?
You can still use it once a week, but again, after you flash, we recommend avoiding a retinol for 24 hours.
Okay, perfect. And then you touched on it already, but post-care, aside from any sort of like glycolic or retinol product, there aren't any products that you can't use with it, correct?
No, but see, everyone's a little bit different. Some people love to feel that really active, tingly feeling. I'm personally one of those. So I like to use things that almost like burn my skin after, and then I put on like a cold sheet mask, and I love that. But if you have sensitive skin and you don't want to feel that super active feeling, then I would just avoid, like AHAs, BHAs, things that might be a little more aggressive, but you can totally use those products as well. It's up to personal preference whether or not you want that, really active feeling or not. I personally love it, but the only thing that we recommend avoiding for 24 hours after is a retinol.
Okay. And then I think I got all of them except one, this very last question. Do you recommend wiping away the peach fuzz and dead skin off of the edge after a few strokes before you continue on with your treatment?
You shouldn't have to. A lot of the times the debris, the fuzz, the hair, the skin, it will all kind of fall off your face as you're flashing. So you shouldn't notice that it's like cakey and you have to clean it as you go. But if for some reason you do feel like there's a lot of gunk on the edge and you want to wipe it off, that's totally fine, but you shouldn't have to do that.
I want to thank you so much, Jory, for all of your time tonight.
I
always love doing these because I learn along with everybody. So it's so amazing to be able to have this extra training session as well.
Well, I was so excited to do this again. I love sharing DermaFlash with people. So I hope that you guys all end up getting a Luxe Plus and loving your results. It really will change your skin.
If anybody has any additional questions about DermaFlash, any of the devices, whether it be the Lux Plus or any of the other sonic devices that DermaFlash offers, you can contact our customer care department, customercare@lovelyskin.com. They're very well educated in DermaFlash and all products and love to talk skincare. So go ahead and reach out to them with any question that you might have about DermaFlash or really any skincare product that is available on LovelySkin. Jory, it's been a pleasure and we hope to have you back again.
Yes, please. Whenever you want.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much. And thank you everybody for participating tonight. We had a lot of fun.
Thanks, everyone.